Hello, my name is Kristen Sands, and I will be discussing functional analysis of behavior. So, what exactly is functional analysis of behavior? It is a procedure that uses conditions to test the rate or frequency of behaviors and their function. This is done by altering the consequences and antecedents and applying to natural environment. Conditions are tested 3 to 5 times in intervals of 5 to 15 minutes until a pattern is seen. The conditions are play, alone, attention, and escape. The first condition is the play condition, also known as the control. Behaviors observed in this condition is used as the baseline and is compared to the other conditions. Here, the client is given access to toys and other preferred activities without any demands from the therapist. Unless injury or self-harm is imminent, problem behavior is ignored. Next, we have the attention condition. In the attention condition, the therapist wants to assess if the behavior is maintained by attention. Attention in this instance can be eye contact, verbal praise, high fives, or reprimands, such as saying no. A timer is set and the client is allowed to access toys. If the target behavior is observed, it is recorded and attention or positive reinforcement is given. This is illustrated in the next slide. Here, we can see that the rate of behavior occurs more in this condition than in any of the other conditions, which suggests that the behavior is maintained by attention. Now we have the tangible condition. In this condition, the therapist wants to assess if behavior is maintained by access to preferred items or activities. The therapist withholds access to the tangible items, such as toys, games, or preferred activities. If the client engages in the target behavior, access is given to the tangibles. The rate of behavior seen here suggests that the client's behavior is maintained by access to tangible items. The rate of behavior seen in the graph in the tangible condition is higher than in the other conditions. Now we have the alone condition. In the alone condition, the therapist does not remain in the room with the client, but observes them in another room. Here, the therapist observes if the client's behavior persists if no one else is around. Only if the behavior is self-injurious does the therapist remain in the room. If the behavior persists, it is suggested that the behavior is an automatic reinforcer and does not require social attention for reinforcement. Finally, we have the escape condition. In this condition, we want to know if the behavior is maintained by access of escape. Here, the client is given an instruction. For example, pick up the toy. If there is no response, the therapist then moves to step 2. Step 2, the therapist repeats the instruction, usually waiting about 5 seconds. If there is no response, the therapist then uses physical prompts such as modeling, guiding the client to follow the demand. If the demand or correct behavior is seen, the therapist then reinforces. Should behavior increase or persist during this condition, it is suggested that the behavior is maintained through escape or negative reinforcement. We can see that during the escape condition, the behavior was observed at a higher rate than in any of the other conditions, suggesting that the escape is a function of that observed behavior.